2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Bucks are always hyped to play in front of their home crowd.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. So the next starting five. We've got Durant. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the one. And for Milwaukee, Brook Lopez is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. Now here is Holiday. DiVincenzo with it. 5 to shoot. Antetokounmpo kicks to DiVincenzo. From 12 feet out. And too long on the shot. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Durant's got the ball. Nets passing it around. And it's sent back by Lopez.
You could see Lopez tracking that shot the whole way.
Nice awareness from him and a terrific rejection as well.
And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. The kick out to Irving. Back to Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
Never say never with KD. He's fighting hard to protect their possession with a little help from that wingspan that goes on forever.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Here's Holiday following the basket by Blake Griffin. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Harden up top, guarded by Holiday. Irving with the bounce pass. Griffin finds Jordan. Shoots from 12. That one doesn't drop. The Bucks go the other way with it. Here's DiVincenzo. Kyrie Irving with the rebound. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. Green, he's checked in for the Nets. And here's Harden. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shots.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
From the top of the key, he buries it. KD's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Durant's a pleasure to watch moving in transition. So fluid and always under control.
From 15 feet away, gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Here's Harden. Green left side. Outside Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And it's Irving missing. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Stolen by Harden. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Irving passes to Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irving has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And Holiday kicks to DiVincenzo. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, guarded by Jordan. Here's DiVincenzo. Lays it up and banks it in. 7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. To the paint, here's Jordan, and slam dunk by Jordan.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it left. And so the first quarter is in the books. Nets lead by 4. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And recently, on the subject of trash talking, Giannis...
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of length, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Brooklyn.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Bucks, we've got Bobby Portis. Antetokounmpo is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Teague, and it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard. Chris Middleton's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the 22nd pick in 2015, Bobby Portis with a nice shooting touch.
And at the same time, not afraid to mix it up, maybe to a fault. At times we've seen him get caught in the heat of the moment. You got to channel that competitive edge.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
P.J. Tucker. 2 shots.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
First free throw is good. Frankie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Teague. Here's Tucker. Left side, Portis. That shot, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Dinwiddie. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Durant's checked in for Harris. Bucks trail by 8. Middleton outside. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter, and he goes in for the dunk.
I think Middleton wants to send a message with his dunk. I mean, when he's sprinting to the hole like that, you need to just get out of the way.
The pass to Durant. There's the triple. And it's Connaughton with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
It's picked off. Brown finds KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
Just way too much length at the rim to contest. Durant is in a league of his own offensively.
Here's T. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. For three, Middleton. Rebound, Brooklyn. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. His first shot coming late. And it's Green missing.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Stolen by Durant. Here's Dinwiddie. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Teague, the pass to Connaughton. Middleton outside. Swiped it away. Here's Brown. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Teague against Dinwiddie. That one misses. The Nets go the other way with it. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Shot clock at 6. Irving, good.
Always great from deep. I don't think Irving has gotten enough credit for how lethal he is from behind the arc.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Durant's checked in for the Nets.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
Harden bounce pass. 26 seconds left to play in the first half. Down low, here's Griffin, and fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. That one is on Holiday.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive, and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it, too.
Holiday still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And that one drops.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
Now, here is Harden. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello back. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were never able to get the lead above. And that'll about do it.
Pull it back, Kobe. Rest in peace to the Mamba and baby Gigi.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
So for Brooklyn now, Griffin is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Durant, and it's Irving at the 2. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's KD. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Milwaukee gets called for the foul.
Well, you're scratching your head with how do you defend a guy like Durant. I mean, his length, his speed, ball handling, all allow him to draw fouls easily.
Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that.
Well, it's fun watching Irving share the ball. I mean, when he concentrates on running the offense, this team is really dangerous.
Throws it up high.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
To the inside. Jordan kicks to Griffin. Clock at 6. Durant down low. Antetokounmpo defending. Jordan's shot is off. Bucks trail by 13. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on James Harden. The Bucks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Teague for Drew Holiday. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Brown, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. And a wide open look for Irving. No good with the triple. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Brooklyn leading by 11. Nets passing it around. Irving from long range. The rebound by the Bucks.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Teague, the pass to Connaughton. Here's Portis. Passes it to Connaughton. There's the dish to Tucker. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. And Antetokounmpo. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance point.
Timeout called, the Nets. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Brook Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. Chris Middleton comes in for Antetokounmpo. The Nets also changing it up. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Brown. And James Harden has subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Back to Harden. Trying to get something going. And the jam by Harden.
Whenever Harden sprints inside, man, I love it. Has so many ways he can finish near the basket.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And now, your Milwaukee Bucks answer.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Jeff Teague. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Here's Holiday. Here's Lopez. And the Bucks miss again. Nets leading by 11. Harden with it. From deep three-point range, DiVincenzo with the rebound. And Holiday, here we go.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
Dinwiddie kicks to Harris. Pass to Griffin. Here's Harden. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Harden's got his second basket.
Man, it's fun watching Harden use the pick and roll to his advantage, getting space off the screen and letting it fly with ease.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. And here's Harden. Pass to Claxton. Back to Harden. Here's Claxton. Defended by Portis.
Mr. Do-It-All coming away with the assist there. I mean, Harden making sure to keep his teammates involved in the offense.
Outside Holiday. It's off. And so it's Brooklyn looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. We've got Holiday. P.J. Tucker is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's DiVincenzo in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Fast break, Milwaukee. And so they foul intentionally. Holiday looking over the floor. And the lead is down inside single digits.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
And Griffin scores the assist from Harden. And the Nets lead by 11.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Holiday goes in. Feeds it to Lopez. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Lopez is really dangerous as a shooter if you give him space to catch and then shoot.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Harden up top, guarded by Holiday. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Irving. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And a change for the Nets. Green, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. Here's Lopez. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Lopez with the steal.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Nets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Portis, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
Checking in for Milwaukee.
Here's Harden on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Here's Portis. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Irving. Finished off the break. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nets.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Harden finds Jordan. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Hey, when you're as big and strong as Jordan is, you expect to get hit. You expect contact. And Jordan doesn't let it bother him.
And there's the pass to Antetokounmpo. And he goes big with a dunk right over DeAndre Jordan.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
Bucket is good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Here's Holiday. That shot is off. Great D that time from Green. Brooklyn leading by 11.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Nets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Harden the pass to Irving.
Bucks foul called.
And the first one drops.
Hard to keep up with Irving. I mean, this guy knows how to get to the line. He's a multi-dimensional scorer, always attacking.
19 seconds left in the game. Floats it up for Giannis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
Here's Irving. Misses there. And so it's Brooklyn easily. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. For our There it is, the Staples Center. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Jackson. And it's Morris in at the small forward position. Now here is Ibaka. Jackson passes to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. Misses the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Lopez kicks to DiVincenzo. Antetokounmpo against Leonard. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
George finds Leonard. 2 points. That one goes.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Tipped away. Middleton outside. Back to DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. George with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Lopez. Puts it up from 7. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
And how about the effort? You didn't think a little contact would prevent Giannis from scoring, did you?
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to George. Jackson up top. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
We know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
Holiday, the pass to DiVincenzo. Morris against Middleton. The kick out to Holiday. Shot clock at 5. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Antetokounmpo. Giannis on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket.
And with his length and explosiveness, it's never a surprise to see Giannis get points on the offensive glass. Great nose for the ball.
George dishes to Leonard. Leonard draws the double to the middle. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Giannis kicks to Middleton. And so Milwaukee again turning it over. And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Bobby Portis comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. George finds Ibaka. Outside Jackson. Here's Mann. Inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym. So he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Giannis passes to Portis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Kennard, the pass to Zubac. From deep. Giannis grabs the miss. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 6-point game.
And how about the splendid floor vision from Antetokounmpo? A good decision maker, improves his passing each and every year.
Now here's Beverly. Passes it to Zubac. Charity stripe shot. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Holiday looking for an opening.
There's a reason this guy has won multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. How much pressure?
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, they've got Portis. E.J. Tucker is out there with Teague. And it's Connaughton in at the two-guard. And it's in there. Kennard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Outside Teague, the pass to Nwora. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Clippers leading by 6. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Kennard's shot is off.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No. That is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Now here comes Teague leading the break. Always going up for the alley-oop here. That ties it up.
This is exactly what you hope for from your point guard, Jeff Teague, unselfishly pulling all the right strings.
Here's Beverly. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Zubac kicks to Beverly. Zubac trying to break loose. The Clippers rebound. Cousins. Los Angeles with another miss. On offense, here are the Bucks. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Here's Portis. Back to Tucker. Here's Connaughton. Kennard covering. And Tucker has it in the corner. Pass to Connaughton. Lets it go from deep. The Bucks keep it going. A new 14-second clock. Picked away. Teague with the ball. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. Right side Teague. Pass to Nora. Over Kennard. Nifty move. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw missing. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Teague. Up top, Leonard. Antetokounmpo defending. Fades away. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 10 points.
You know, he had room to operate, but added a little fade on that shot just for good measure.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
Ibaka goes in. Lopez with the steal. Deflects the pass. Leonard with the steal. Here's George. Good on the 7-footer. And the Clippers lead by 1.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
Outside Holiday. Passes it to DiVincenzo. Doesn't go for him.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Banked in off the glass. 6 points for him.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
George way outside. Off target from 3-point range. And that'll do it. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had... And that'll do it.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And there's Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Back to George. He dishes it to Leonard. The 15-footer. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
And Giannis throws it down.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
Leonard against DiVincenzo. Now here is Ibaka. He's covered closely. And yes, it's good. Ibaka's got 6.
Well, there's incredible height and reach and length and touch from the inside when we're talking about Serge Ibaka.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. With the teardrop, and good that time. Antetokounmpo's got the lead, back up to 3 now for Milwaukee. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. There's the pass to Leonard. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Well, efficiency from the mid-range has always been a part of Kawhi Leonard's game.
Giannis passes to DiVincenzo. And here's Middleton. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Jackson.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Leonard attacking and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
One of the key aspects for Kawhi Leonard's scoring per game is his ability to get to the free throw line. This guy lives there.
A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. And the Clippers miss again.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Cousins. Rebounded by Tucker.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
Teague against Beverly. Teague drives in. And Tucker has it in the corner. Pass to Portis. 5 on the clock. Over Beverly. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got the lead up to 3 now for the Bucks.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Pass to Kennard. Fires for 3. And it's Cousins with the foul. That's his first foul.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Outside Teague. Passes to Tucker. Here's Nwora. From deep three-point range. Tucker finds Portis. The putback. It's good on the putback. Tucker's got 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Rondo penetrating. Right wing. Ibaka outside. Kennard, the pass to Morris. Here's Teague. And it's slammed in by Teague.
How about the little man's ability to get up? What a vertical by Jeff Teague. Boy, that's a bang-bang play on the inbound pass. I like those quick hitters.
The third quarter comes to a... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Middleton looking it over. Lopez outside. Now the pass to DiVincenzo. The shot that time not on target. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Batum attacking. Zubac kicks to Cousins. Kennard with the ball. From outside, off the mark.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Now Beverly. Pass to Zubac. Now here's Kennard. Six on the shot clock. Outside Batum. And again it's the Clippers missing. Milwaukee leading by 7, and that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
To the middle, here's Lopez. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Bucks lead by 9.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Outside, George. Fires from deep. Sinks the three-pointer.
That was from the parking lot. Paul George very assured from distance.
Middleton outside. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Clippers trail by 9. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Pass to George. And George with the stuff.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Middleton on the wing. Pass to DiVincenzo. Holiday, no one around him. Offensive rebound. Giannis on the follow. Giannis has got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. And George kicks to Jackson. Shoots it. The shot by George, no good.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Giannis with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Back to Giannis. Middleton on the wing. Clock at 6. Trey Lopez, the second chance points on the tip in. And it's an 11-point Bucks lead.
Listen, guys, Brook Lopez has a big body, and if you don't box him out, he's going to get some work done on the glass.
The three from George. Lopez grabs the board. Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Bucks.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Giannis.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it. This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
And Middleton kicks to DiVincenzo.
That's his first personal foul.
First one falls for him. He hits both from the stripe. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 13. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. DiVincenzo against Beverly. Here's DiVincenzo. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got DeAndre Jordan. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving at the shooting guard. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4. Now, here is Harden. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
George passes to Leonard. Shoots over Griffin. Rebounded by the Nets.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Second shot opportunity. Jordan trying to free himself up. That shot by Griffin, no good. And here's Los Angeles. Morris passes to George. Poke loose. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Irving surveying the floor. Oh, Griffin in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And Blake Griffin, once again, an opportunity to show us his bounce. A dangerous player when he skies up for the alley-oop.
Now, here is George. Here's Leonard. Trying to get open as Ibaka. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
The shot by Jordan, no good.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking. And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom, because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Now here's Beverly. Outside Leonard. Over Durant. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron. And last season, Marcus Morris's name, one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Jeff Green is checked in for Blake Griffin. Beverly finds George. Back to Beverly. Pass to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Trying to get open as Ibaka. That gives them the lead.
This is where Morris can kill you. He's pretty much claimed that in-between game.
Beverly against Irving. Pass to Green. High post, KD. Shot on the wing. Irving can't hit.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Now here's Harden. Outside Irving. Passes it to Green. Back to Irving. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
There's 1:17 left here in the first quarter. Leonard against KD. Leonard kicks to George. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Shoots it up. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And the Nets making a change here. Griffin's checked in. The Nets shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Harden against Rondo. And here's Morris for three. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The putback, and Griffin stays with it.
Yeah, offensive rebounds are about effort, and Blake Griffin showing it there.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game time. The pass to Kennard. To halt the run. And again, no good by the Clippers. And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. It's a three-point game. KD with the bucket.
Love it. KD firing away right now. Has the confidence and the touch and buries those triples. Sometimes it comes in bunches.
Man passes to Zubac. Now Kennard. No good from outside. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a cruising game inside. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
We've got Reggie Jackson, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's Batum in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Here's Green. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Green's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Pass to Kennard. Fires the 3, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Now that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
Nets leading by 6. Here now is Dinwiddie. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. On offense, here are the Clippers.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Batum passes to Zubac. And he jams it with authority.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got his first points of the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Kennard. From deep. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here's Dinwiddie. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
clearly a foul.
When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. George with the ball. Now Green defending. George with the bucket.
His range goes out a lot further, but didn't need to on that possession.
Dinwiddie against Beverly. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. For the Clippers, Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Blake Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. Irving's checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Jackson passes to Zubac. Irving against Kennard. Back to Zubac. Dishes to Cousins. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Griffin. Durant with it. Guarded now by Jackson. A shot by Harden. Wide open. And again, it's the Nets missing.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Here is Harden. He has 5. 1:07 left in the second quarter. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Jackson passes to Zubac. And he banks in the layup. Zubac has got 7 now in this quarter.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Dinwiddie. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Jackson kicks to Zubac. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And so it's Brooklyn, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. The defensive work they've done against Paul George. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They've got the 7-point lead. And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn? And that does it for our half.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Griffin in at power forward. Jordan up top. Lays it up off the glass.
I love the confidence from Jordan. All of his shots are going to come from the paint, so he should be confident when he's got the ball there.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Irving can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
The deep three from George. Not going to go that time. The Nets go the other way with it. They've led by as much as 10. Durant with a wide open look. The three-pointer no good.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
Harden against George. Harden dishes to Irving. And the Nets miss again.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for them.
Clippers trail by 4. George passes to Leonard. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Beverly finds George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Stolen by Harden.
Yeah, just one turnover in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second half. He is not doing a good job of keeping the ball in his mitts.
And that's a nice job defensively from Harden. I mean, he's capable of these kinds of plays when the guy is engaged and active.
Ibaka dishes to Beverly. And here's George for 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 5 rebounds tonight. It's stolen by Morris. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. And the Nets also making a change. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Durant. Harden kicks to Irving. And it's Jordan that's out the key. Outside for Griffin. Here's Harden. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's Leonard. And he gets the bucket. Leonard's got 10 points.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid a price.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Harden can't hit.
You told me this was the kind of game he was going to have. I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the Nets making a change here. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for Irving. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Back to Dinwiddie. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. He can't get that one to fall. Here's Leonard. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. The lead is 2. And the rejection by Cousins. And they'll keep possession. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubats has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Cousins, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The Clippers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
Cousins becoming more focused at being a better passer and a more efficient shooter, improving some of the aspects of his game that have made him an all-star in the NBA.
Here's Dinwiddie, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And I look back at his numbers from the free throw line last year, 78%, so not too bad.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson passes to Zubats. Back to Jackson. Kennard on the wing. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 1.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Just 5 on the clock. He lobs it up. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubats has got 6 rebounds here tonight. The drive by Cousins. Can't get it to fall. Batum with the steal. In the corner, Kennard with it. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Kennard for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. The Clippers on top. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Marcus Morris is out there with Paul George. And it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Mann in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Right side, George. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. James Harden, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. Kennard finds Zubats. Back to Kennard. 6 to shoot. Outside, Batum. Nice open look, but it's no good. The Nets with the lead. Here's Irving. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
No stopping Kyrie on the drive right there. Getting to the basket with ease.
Clippers shooting about 42% so far. Outside Jackson. To the wing right side. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubats. Marcus Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Kennard. And the Nets also making a change. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jeff Green. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
When you make shots like that, Kyrie is showing just how confident he is in his offensive ability.
And here's George for three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
To the inside, Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Irving against George, and stolen by Irving. And here comes Harden.
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
George dishes to Jackson. Back to George to tie it up. And Irving pulls it down. Nets leading by 3. Stolen by Jackson. Leonard attacking.
And who do you call when you need a big bucket for this team more and more? It's Kawhi.
For Brooklyn, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Harden outside. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's KD. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
Happy to put the team on his back, especially in the biggest of moments. Durant nails a huge shot.
Now here's Leonard. A floater. Nice D from Durant. The Nets have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Clippers trail by 3. Feeds it to Leonard. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Harden outside. Pocket 6. And the jam by Harden.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Outside, George. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It counts! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Now Harden. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And it's Irving missing. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
And they go to the intentional foul. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Morris. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Beverley against Irving to take the lead. Ooh, off wide. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They break the heart. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Here are the starters for Milwaukee. At the forward spot, it's the two Antetokounmpo, Thanasis and Giannis. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Nets, they've got Griffin, Harden out there with Irving. Then it's Jordan, and it's Durant in at the small forward. Now here is Holiday. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Okay. And here's Harden. Pops it up for Jordan. Lopez with the steal. And here we go. Giannis heading to the hoop. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. On defense, Brooklyn. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Antetokounmpo passes to Antetokounmpo. Clock at 4. Here's Middleton. Sinks the 15-footer.
I think Middleton is absolutely dynamic and when he's involved in the pick and roll. He's really skilled at his decision-making. He knows when to pass and when to shoot.
Now, here is Harden. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Jordan kicks to Harden. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Irving misses.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Middleton dishes to Giannis. That one, no good. The Nets go the other way with it.
You know, growing up in Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo was so poor, he and his older brother, Thanasis, had to share a pair of tennis shoes. I mean, how about how far he's come since then? Now he's the first foreign-born player ever with his own Nike signature shoe.
Holiday finds Middleton. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
That's just what we call man-up strength from Middleton. I mean, taking the hit and then kind of effortlessly knocking down the shot as well.
Now here's Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible. And Clark, they say back in Greece, all of Giannis's basketball shoes were hand-me-downs from his teammates.
Greg, nothing like not having enough to drive you to get more. I mean, clearly, you think about Giannis and his background and where he is now, he and Thanasis oftentimes would take turns playing in the game, swapping the same pair of shoes. Those days are long behind both of them.
And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Well, I like how Jordan embraces his role on this team. I mean, it's all about rebounding and putbacks for him at the offensive end.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Back to Holiday. To the paint. Stolen by Harden. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Lopez. Passes it to Holiday. That shot missing. Great D that time from Griffin. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Nets. So they take the lead. Durant's got 6. 46 seconds left to play in the first. Now here is Holiday. No points in the game yet for him. Lopez, no luck. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Big. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. and he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. Trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. The Bucks making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now T. Shot clock at 6. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Teague's ability to find the open man makes him one of the better passing point guards in the league.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Net. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to say. All part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Durant is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 5. So that's the Nets 5.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Giannis passes to Lopez. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. And the pass to DiVincenzo. Just 5 to shoot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Over Green. Goes back up. The rebound by the Nets. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Left side, Brown. Jeff Green on the wing. For the 3. And the Nets, another 3.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
It's hauled in by Claxton. Brooklyn with the ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. and they'll retain possession. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers with the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnover.
So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Irving comes in for Joe Harris. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. Holiday comes in for Teague. And the first one at the line is good. And Brown drops them both. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Harden. Back to Irving. Harden surveying the D. From deep three-point range. The rebound by Middleton. And stolen by Jordan. Harden has a wide-open look. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Bucks trail by 12. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Irving kicks to Harden. Back to Irving. And the layup falls. Irving's got the lead up to 12 now for the Nets.
All Irving needs is just a little room to convert, and he's good to go.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
An aggressive defender who pressures ball handlers. Nobody should be surprised to see Holiday sending shots away. And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Brooklyn making some changes. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. And Kevin Durant subbed in for Bruce Brown. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Durant against Portis. They double-team KD. Jordan kicks to Griffin. And again, it's the Nets missing. Bucks trail by 8. Floats it up for Giannis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Harden outside. Milwaukee with the rebound. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And now just a 4-point Brooklyn lead. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. And Middleton subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here is Harden. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Stolen by Holiday. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
And I tell you, it's ridiculous how much space Antetokounmpo covers in just 2 strides. I mean, the way he handles himself going to the basket, man, it is one sight to see.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And to me, guys,
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And that should do it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the 3 spot. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Down low, the wide open look here for Lopez. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists in the game. Irving looking over the floor. He gets it in there. Irving's got 8 points.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Holiday finds DiVincenzo. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. It's good.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Antetokounmpo passes to Antetokounmpo. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold. And anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Holiday dishes to Antetokounmpo. Holiday attacking, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Harden with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Harden, no good. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 1.
Nice awareness from the young forward. Giannis Antetokounmpo showing he wants to work it to his guys.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Harden outside for Griffin. Lopez against Jordan. Nets passing it around. Just 4 to shoot. KD, that's for 2. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. KD's shot is good.
Tell you what, that defense was physical, and yet Durant, with great balance and composure, just stayed with it.
T kicks to Middleton. Lots of room. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. The Nets with the lead.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. I mean, not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Teague, the pass to Middleton. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And an intentional foul right there. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. And James Harden has subbed in for Dinwiddie. Teague against Harden. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Nets lead by 5.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And a wide open look for Portis. Off target with the open look. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, what's most impressive about Harden to me is his versatility as a scorer. I mean, he's a remarkable combo guard with great size and strength and very efficient on the offensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. And the jam by Harden.
I love when Harden uses that great leaping ability to finish with power.
Teague surveying the D. Got it up. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented, as always, by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Green is out there with Brown. Then it's Harden. And it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Brooklyn making some changes. Blake Griffin comes in for Green, and Harris subbed in for James Harden. Milwaukee also making some changes. Lopez, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Drew Holiday in for Dante DiVincenzo. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Mike Budenholzer had some advice for the team during the timeout. He told his guys the inside game is working, so stick with it. That means posting, slashing, getting to the rim, whatever produces these high percentage looks. Kevin, back to you.
Timeout called the Bucks.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Pat Connaughton. And that one misses. Chris Middleton's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And he's good on the second. Bucks trail by 8. Holiday with it. Dishes it to Giannis. Back to Holiday. It's not going to go for him. Dinwiddie with some nice D.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And here's Middleton. And the Bucks miss again.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Dinwiddie outside. And it's It's off the back rim. No good. Bucks trail by 10. Here's Holiday. Nice D from Griffin. And KD's got the ball here for the Nets. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. 6 on the shot clock. And a miss there on the triple. The Bucks have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Antetokounmpo. Giannis on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Milwaukee.
Hey, I've always said rebounding is timing and tenacity, but if you got long arms, that helps too, and the Greek Freak has plenty of reach.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kyrie Irving comes in for Bruce Brown. And James Harden subbed in for Dinwiddie. The Bucks also changing it up. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Bobby Portis. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Chris Middleton. The pass to KD. For the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
No good from Irving.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Holiday against Harden. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Durant in the corner. Over on Antetokounmpo. KD's shot is good. And the Nets lead by 10.
Nice handles, tight handles, fluid handles, right into a shooting motion. Durant able to do everything on the offensive end.
Giannis passes to Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. No good on the 3. Brooklyn leading by 10. Now Harden. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Jordan. Again, the Nets for 2.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Nets.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for KD.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
It is simply amazing to watch Antetokounmpo sprint the floor like an Olympic track star, covering up so much ground with those long strides the way he does.
And really deep through that time. Irving's got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it. They've done it.
Harden dishes to Griffin. Here is Harden. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. Town, Milwaukee is seat, and the Clippers starting 5. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the 2. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Now here is Ibaka, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Here's George following the basket by Giannis. High post Ibaka. Lopez is there. Morris with the bucket.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. From 15 feet away, that one a little long.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Here's Leonard. Rebounded by the Bucks. DiVincenzo with it. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo up high to stop the alley-oop.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Leonard against Middleton. He can't get that one. Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
And G.A. Chris Middleton over his career much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Strong three-point shooter throughout his career. Can't afford to allow Beverly much room from out there.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. Middleton can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 3. Here's George. Finished off the break.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverley. That's a terrific pass.
Outside Holiday. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, on the wing, Giannis. Pass to DiVincenzo. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
A different look for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now here's Rondo. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. To the left wing. Here's Mann. Leonard. And Leonard stays with it.
Great anticipation. He has great hands. Kawhi gobbles up second chance opportunities.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Holiday surveying the floor. Left side, Portis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Beautiful by Bobby Portis. Catches it in rhythm, and we know about the confidence he has.
Outside, Leonard. Over Giannis. Rondo dishes to Leonard. Fires from the line. Again, Los Angeles.
Right there, that is poise of Kawhi Leonard, just taking what the defense gives him.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. here is Forbes. Kennard covering. Holiday, and the layup's good off the glass.
Right there you see Holiday's toughness. Gets hit, able to maintain body control, finishes the play.
Pass to man. Here's Zubac. 24 seconds left to play here in the first.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
And now it's Rondo running all the way. Here he goes. And the shot is good.
Rondo is a pro in transition. He can flat out get it done.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Clippers on top. They lead by...
Venom.
And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
Watch the screen. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Bucks, they've got Portis. E.J. Tucker is out there with Teague, and it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. The Bucks trail. Teague with a clean look, and that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Cousins, the pass to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Over to the left wing. Jackson finds Zubac. On the wing, Jackson. They get it back, and that one's good. Cousins.
Jamarcus is an enforcer on the offensive end. He has all the tools to dominate night in and night out.
Outside Teague. Now the pass to Portis. Back to Teague. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, Jeff Teague is one of the tougher players in the league despite his size, and he did a good job finishing through the contact.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Passes to Zubac. Now, here's Kennard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 3.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Connaughton passes to Nwora. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Right side Jackson. Pass to man. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Portis. Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Connaughton passes to Tucker. Back to Connaughton. No good. That would have tied it. Clippers leading by 3. Pass to man. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Kennard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And here is Teague. The pass to Nwora. Sinks that one from the post. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy They say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man, and that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
Portis, the pass to Teague. Here's Norrell. Passes it to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Now, here's Kennard. Guarded closer to the inside. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside Teague. Pass to Portis from 13, and no good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close. And that...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Ibaka in at the 5 down low. Pulls up on the wing, and Beverley kicks to George. Offline with his 3. Bucks trail by 6. Here's DiVincenzo. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
And it's Leonard missing. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Bucks. Holiday, the pass to Giannis. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. Antetokounmpo's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bucks.
It wasn't that long ago that Holiday suffered some injuries that had people concerned about his future.
Greg, some injuries are bad luck. We do know this. Drew Holiday's physical, he's fearless, and he doesn't know any other way to play. But thankfully, he's battled through, and he is still playing at an all-star level.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Holiday up top. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverley is a great shot blocker.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
George dishes to Beverley. Another shot. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Middleton the pass to Lopez. Puts it up from 17. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Nobody near George. Hits it from three-point range. George has got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
Middleton outside. Lets it fly. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Clippers leading by 7. Pass to Beverly. Right side, Leonard. Milwaukee with the rebound.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, if you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that, more than anything, allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Pat Connaughton comes in for Bryn Forbes, and it's Teague in for Drew Holiday. Giannis drives in.
Watch out. Antetokounmpo might be soft-spoken, but he's got a mean streak when it comes to attacking the hoop.
Here's Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
And really, the ceiling for Antetokounmpo is limitless. I mean, he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer one day.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, no good by the Clippers. Outside Teague. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills. And tonight, it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the drop. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Dante DiVincenzo, Antetokounmpo out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Forbes in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Stolen by Middleton. And here we go. Giannis heading to the hoop.
Just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Now Rondo. On the wing, George. Back to Rondo. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Portis, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Teague in for Bryn Forbes.
And the focus Paul George has. Outstanding job finding a way to score on physical defense.
Milwaukee in the lead. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Portis against Zubac. Yep, it counts.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Everly with the ball. Leonard kicks to Zubac. Back to Leonard. There's the pass to Zubac. Shoots over Portis. It's deflected.
Great size by Bobby Portis. Would love to see him block more shots, but he got all of that one.
Teague for three. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds in this game. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Leonard.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Beverly the pass to George. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Drew Holiday, he's checked in for Teague. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Matt Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Back to George. And the rebound goes to Lopez. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Passes it to Connaughton, and here's Giannis. Back to Connaughton. 6 to shoot. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
The 3 from George. No good there. Now the Bucks take it the other way. And that one's good from Connaughton. And now a 3-point Milwaukee lead.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo has evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Leonard inside, covered by Giannis. Beverly the pass to George. Rebound Milwaukee. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Here's Connaughton, defended by George. Connaughton passes to Holiday. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Pass to Beverly, to the middle. Second chance shot. Zubac kicks to Leonard. George against Holiday. Good chance here for George. And it's George again missing. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Bucks. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. 24 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Giannis. Lopez left side. Yes!
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
"11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his third foul of the game. 8 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Fires from 18. The offensive rebound. The kick out to Holiday. Shoots over Leonard. Can't get it to fall.
You know what Kawhi brings to the table.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.